Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, hello. I don't know if my phone's going to work or not, if this video is going to get cut off. But if I get a portion of video, I'm still posting it, just letting you know. If it's weirdly, oddly cut off at an odd time, it's because when I just got back from a cruise. And while I was on it, I guess I used my phone too much to record. And now it's saying overloaded, even though I have pretty much deleted almost everything. It's saying that I have insufficient storage. So I'm not sure what I'll get, but all right, y'all. My light over there ain't working. Oh, there we go. I put these lights up myself. It's just plug-ins. Wait a minute. These lights kind of did my own little lighting system, y'all. And I did the same thing up there. Yeah, don't look at how I put that up there, yeah. But I can cut it on and off with this little doodad. Anyway, that's what I was doing. So I've been back, sorry about the, I've been back a day, something like that. And I don't know why, if you go somewhere for a moment, you feel like you're just kind of out of sorts. Number one, somebody was feeding me every day, all day long. I was eating and didn't have to cook my own food. And I'm going to tell you something, I ate and ate. You have to look at them little things that I done. Anyway, I'm about to season some fish. They are very, very small this time. Like, in comparison to what I've been showing you, I got these. I got them before I left and I froze them, so they are fresh fish, but I'm gonna put some Slap Your Mama up here. Let me see if I can bring you down without putting my fishy hands on. All right, so I'm gonna put the Slap Your Mama up there. Also gonna put some lemon pepper seasoning. And I'm gonna put a little bit of accent. Oh, here it is. I took it out of its original case. I'll show you the original before I end this video. But accent, I always play with it, you know, because they have a commercial that says accent wakes up the flavor in your chicken. But accent really does make your food a little bit more savory. My mother used to use it with everything. And when I saw her use it, it made me, because she could cook. I'm not a cook, but my mother was a cook. I just be over here doing the best I can. And a lot of times, y'all be just going along while I'm learning. I'm doing stuff, really, that may not even taste right. But so far, you know, cooking with you guys, I haven't done too bad, honestly. I usually just get my fish cut down the middle. I had already washed them, y'all. I just get them gutted and scaled. I don't like my fish. I don't know if it's butterflied, whatever it is, when they lay them flat. I don't particularly care for the fish that way. I don't know why. I just prefer them like that. That's my preferred way. I know it might sound crazy, but it makes me feel like I know how to eat it better. Like, I'm going to start eating it like I'm going to eat it on one side, and I'm going to flip it to the other side, and I expect there to be just meat, right? And I'm going to still look for bones. But this is my breader. I'll show you. I'm going to put these in here first. I buy a breader. It's a Louisiana Cajun breader. It's my favorite. I did just buy a different one today. I'll show you that, but I'm not ready to try it yet. I bought it because it came. If you look at anything that I do, I like to buy in bulk because I don't really like to go in the store, number one. I prefer to order and they send it to me, or I usually put my seasoning in a bag. And with these, I've never bought fish that I could get 3 fish in this bag at one time. This is probably going to be a lot of bones, because these fish are tiny. Wow. But I didn't eat properly going. I ain't saying that breader is healthy. I'm saying I did, even eating that might be, when I'm home, that's probably the worst thing that I'm eating is the breader off the fish. That cruise, I ate everything just about that wasn't tied down, it felt like. But anyway, this is the breader. It's like a Louisiana Cajun breader. This one is my favorite, and I love the color of it. If you see, it comes out nice and, excuse me, golden brown, and I love that. I love for my fish to get a little burnt. I have explained that I like that because I want the bones to get a little hard, so that I can, if I do happen to get one, eat one, crunch it up. I don't, versus the other. But here's the accent. You know what it does? It wakes up the flavor in your chicken. So, that's the accent that I just put up there. Don't worry about that. Let me put this up. Stop this for a second. All right, so I put that away. But one thing that I wanted to get up here, and I really wanted to take my time, because in my other vlogs, I was giving in the moment, my thoughts in the moment of MSC cruise, and then maybe the next day it might be a different something, and then the next day it probably a different something. I don't know. And then when it came down to putting my videos together, my phone was glitching and saying I couldn't upload, I couldn't export, I couldn't do a lot of things. So they came up the way they came up. So I'm hoping that I can give a good, honest review right now. As I've been home now for a day, I will say this. I have never been on a cruise. I was able to go. I'm grateful. I was able to take my 2 grown children and my 2 grandchildren. And I was more than grateful for having that opportunity. I have always wanted to take them somewhere. So for that, my gratitude, my gratefulness is out of this world. And they said that they enjoyed themselves, and they would do it again, because I asked, well, would you do it again? And I asked that because there was a few things that didn't go so right. Number one, that for us now getting on, we went early. And so we didn't wait in that line that was wrapped around. I couldn't see the end of the line. It looked like it might have been a mile or 2. I don't know. But if I did it again, I'd do it the same way. I'd have to either get there early, or I need to get there right before the boat is just about the ship is about to leave or something. Because waiting in that line and the sun was beaming down on them people, we waited out there at least maybe 30 to 45 minutes, which was fine. Coming back, you also have a wait. Like you leave your cabin. They wanted everybody out of their cabin on this particular um, ship, which was MSC Seashore. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful inside, very nice looking outside. Um, if I compared it to the ships that were when we ported, the only thing out there that had caught my eye that was, well, the MSC Divina and the Seashore looked very, very similar. Both of them were very, very nice. But the Disney is massive, and it makes you want to know and go walk it. Like, can I just take a tour of your ship? You know, it's big, you know, so I don't know the price of it, but I said I'm going to look just to see. I like this, you know, but I don't know that it would be for me since it's Disney. It may be more child related. I don't know. I think that it's probably for children and adults though. I wouldn't imagine that they would just direct a ship just towards kids because the parents are with them. Anyway, but was it embarkation? Embarkation is when we leave, right? I don't know. We're not even going to get into that. When we got back, you got to be out of your stateroom. You got to be out of it by 7:30. And they give everybody like an assigned place to go. Go to that place. And then according to when they call your number, because they're going to leave a number on your bed to put on your luggage or to have with you. Now, if you walk off, because I heard even if you were going to walk off with your own luggage, you still had to go to this area and then wait for them to tell you, which I heard them maybe 30 minutes before we were able to get off. They said if you brought your luggage down, you are able to leave. So I was thinking if I brought my own luggage down, I can go when I come down. Now, if it's like that, I didn't see that. I did see people with their own luggage, but they were waiting along with where I was waiting. The only thing is when they called our number and said everybody can come up, we had to go around a certain way after you go through and they check if you have a passport. I have one. My kids had birth certificates. We went through a couple different lines, but we still ended up in the same place to get the luggage, which mine was broken, by the way, because my wheel was broken somehow when they took it. So that meant I had the biggest suitcase with a broke wheel. That was not pleasant. MSC did do some onboard compensation for that. It wasn't an expensive suitcase, but yeah, that was the first time. I don't know if that come from the handling. Not sure, but yeah, that was a little bit aggravating. However, this thing is, I don't remember that being in the way like that. It was aggravating, but I got through it. I got home and I got to take my stuff out, put it away. So that's all good. Oh, I deep fry my fish. I don't like frying it on the stove because I don't want the grease popping everywhere. Now, with this deep fryer, I do have more oil in here right now because I was using it for those big fish. I don't know if any of you looked at my other vlog. If you didn't, I had probably this fish times 2. It barely fit in this grease. But I think I can possibly get all 3 of these in here, actually. Because they're small. Yeah. The other fish that I had, you ain't getting but one of them bad boys in there. Now, I will go buy them again because I was thinking they were going to be dry. They weren't dry. They weren't dry at all. And I would get them again. That's a little bit bigger than that is my favorite size. Not quite that size. That's really little. but I got what they had. That's white perch, and I don't really care that they're little. I'm gonna have a good time eating them. Anyway, so the embark, I forgot to put this in another bag, not just in that. I didn't care for the way they, because when you got children, they were ready to go. Once you say that they have to leave, well, they thinking let's get our stuff and go to the car. No, we got off at 7:30, got out of the room at 7:30. We couldn't get off the ship until 10:30, and it was probably about 10:35, 10:40, somewhere in there. So we waited down there in one spot with everybody, but it was, you know, I don't know that everybody else was in a comfortable spot. We were where they had some of the shows because they send you to a certain place. I went to that area and I was quite comfortable. I did have some business to handle phone-wise, so I was kind of not paying attention to I was paying attention to my surroundings, but I was engaged with people on the phone trying to handle some banking information. And that took up my time. But my grandkids was leaning and laying, and my daughter is 22 weeks. She turned 22 weeks on the ship, pregnant. She was uncomfortable, but she didn't say anything, but I could tell she was uncomfortable. The rest of us just dealt with it. Little Brene, my son's little fiance, she's 5'2". She fit on one of the little couches and was able to just lay out. She's small. We're all tall, and we did not fit. What they didn't have but that one little couch anyway, so in that area where we were. However, overall, the eating food, I enjoyed my food. There was things that I didn't like. And that is to be expected. They are not going to cook every dish to your or my liking. It's just not going to happen. You know, I was able to try a lot of different things because you have all nationalities up there. And I was willing to do that. I was definitely open to doing new things. So that was one of the purposes for going. So I still stuck to, though, I had some really good steaks up there. They were New York strips. My favorite is ribeye, or it's the other one. I do like that tomahawk. Prime rib I love. But my favorite really is that prime rib, just because that fat that's on it and in it. That's kind of my favorite one. But they had New York strips, the one what I ate. I don't know what that one for breakfast was because it looked like a filet. That bad boy was just a little chunky steak like that, right? And with my son, I didn't know he liked steak like I did. Like I do, I like a medium rare. And y'all, they got it right. I ate steak 2 times, 3 times, 2 times, 3 times. I'm sorry. Every time was spot on. The last time it was smidgenly going the other way to being too done, but I have no complaints. Delicious, delectable, all the time. I was pleasantly surprised. Some of the desserts, I had a sorbet and ice cream one night together. Butter pecan and I don't know, it looked like a peach sorbet. That was delicious. That coffee ice cream the next night for me, no. That cheesecake in the Tribeca restaurant, no. But on the other hand, where I didn't like it, my daughter liked both of them. You know, so I wouldn't say the food is bad. I say it's really good, but I'm going to tell you something I wanted to eat with every meal, and that was that pizza. Now, I'm a pizza lover anyway. I'm a pizza connoisseur. I make my own, but I don't make no bread. Don't misunderstand me. I just use them tortilla little things that make my pizza. I do not roll out the dough and all of that, but anyway, we'll make them one day. That pizza was really good. I wish I had some. I should have took a Ziploc bag and got some of that pizza. It was so good. I love pizza. We could not port to Ocean Cay. It's very, 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 very disappointing. And I think everybody felt the effects of that because we were kind of milling around and nobody was particularly happy with that. They didn't think the winds were that high. I don't know anything. I erred on the caution. They want us to be cautious because I'd rather live. However, I was very disappointed because it was one of the bigger attractions was you had all day on Ocean Cay, and of course they have beaches and they have shopping and you can just walk around and look, and the water, because we got close to it, y'all, the water was beautiful. I just wanted to go sit on the beach and just look at that and put my feet in it and watch my grandkids have a ball in there, but that was a no. So we were stuck on the ship all that day. I'm not real happy about that. Because there wasn't a real big plan for if you didn't have anywhere to go for this particular day. I don't know that there was any shows going on. If it was, they didn't interest me more than that. And what I heard, what they were announcing you could go to, we went to that kind of stuff and it was mediocre in comparison to where you were going. But we were determined to make the best of the day, so we did the best we could with that. However, I didn't like that, but there's nothing you can do about it. The next day was Nassau. I thought we were going to have a whole day at Nassau. I'm like, okay, well, we'll enjoy ourselves tomorrow. We'll get off, and we'll probably get to stay there all day. You know, I was thinking that it didn't look like that bread was going to stick for some reason. It don't look like it did. I'm not sure what I did wrong or what happened, but I'll show you in a minute. Anyway, so we were supposed to get off the ship at 8:30, and we had to be back by 2. Now, you got the island itself, it's full of people. And you got 5 major ships here that have ported. And then some little small ones, and then some yachts over here and yachts over there. You have people coming in here like by the droves. On our ship alone, I believe it was 5,000 people. I don't know what in the world Disney would hold. I don't know what the Davina looks like. It was about the same size. Could have been a little bit bigger, and I don't know if it was full. But I think ours was full. So all of these people are coming down one way to get in, and it's also one way to get back to these ships. So you have to stop doing what you're doing at a certain amount of time in order to make sure your hind parts is back on that ship, because don't nobody have time to be trying to catch a flight back and do all of that, spend all that extra money to get back home, because I believe they got to pull out. Meaning, ain't nobody going to be standing somewhere and calling your name. Mary, you need to make sure. Where are you? Your family's looking for you. Now, I think they're going to probably give you a good 5 or 10 minutes and they out. So we had to leave. You basically you got to find where you're going first. You got to find the beach, which is a nice little walk. If you're going to some shops, everything is a walk. But if you pay somebody, you don't know exactly where you're going, and you don't have that much time to be doing it. So it just kind of felt like it basically was you went cruising and you were just cruising. You got off for a couple hours to run and look at the water, buy a couple of little souvenirs, and get your hind parts back on the ship. And if that's the way it's going to go, because from what I'm understanding, there's been several times they couldn't port at Ocean Cay because of dock. I guess the dock is small or something. That's above my head. I don't understand that, but it makes sense. When we did pull up, when we got to Nassau, I did see and could see a massive port. When we backed up and got in there, it was major for everybody. So I did see what needs to be at Ocean Cay. I did not see that. And my son had binoculars because we kept trying to see. I didn't see anything that big. So it looks like somebody might need to be doing some add on, or they got to redo something, or just don't advertise. Just say we might go there, because it looks like to me 2 out of 3 you might not get there. So that was disappointing, and I don't feel like, honestly, I probably wouldn't have gone. I would not. Ain't no probably. I would not have gone if I knew that the last 2 or 3 times out of people trying to go there, they weren't able to port. That's not something, I wanted to have the whole experience. It wasn't cheap. And I wanted my children to have the whole experience, you know. But I'm telling you the review, but I also want you to know that I'm grateful. And my children still had a nice time. They did want to get off the ship. They did want to go to the island. But we were also taught to be grateful. And we were also taught that, you know, God has a plan. And whatever his plan is, that's the way we got to go. If it was a no, it was a no. You know, but if you're going to advertise that's where you're taking me, I'm going to need you to have everything in the ducks in a row, that if you charging me this, your port needs to be on point. Don't tell me you put it in the paperwork. My port on this is tiny. It's not supporting high winds. So if the winds are high, our port is not the same as Nassau. So we may not be able to get in there. I might can understand that. Don't put it in some kind of writing with it sounds. So look, it's still pretty. It still came out pretty. I like it like that. But a lot of my breader came off. Let me get a little closer. Might be used to looking at food that's a little bit more perfect now. My food is looking a little whack. But we're going to still enjoy it. So, would I do it again? Yeah, I would. I'd do it again. I don't know that I would go on the same ship. I did say that I wanted to experience a multicultural place, but I'd like to see more of myself there as well, because there wasn't very many of me. And I came from that, you know, that's where I grew up, in a place where I was definitely not the majority. And on the ship, I was definitely not the majority, or nowhere close to it. It might have been, could have been possibly out of 5,000, possibly 50, maybe 100. I don't even think it was that many, but I'm being a little bit stretchy there. And that didn't matter. I just wanted to be around everybody. I wanted to see everybody's enjoyment. And experience. So I would go on it again. The answer would be yes. But not the next time. I need to go on another one to have something to compare it with. But the people that were seasoned cruisers were disappointed. They said that the boat was the ship, was beautiful. in comparison to where they had been. But they were disappointed in the water in the pools were very cold, which made the hot tubs way overloaded. So I didn't get in the water at all. I bought bathing suits, which means I did intend. But yeah, it was too much. It was too much. And then on the day, it was too much because it was also spring break, mind you. So that didn't help, but I don't know. Just maybe a little understaffed. And I'm not a drinker. I did wait in long lines for the little strawberry virgin strawberry daiquiris. I didn't care about that, honestly. I really didn't care about that. That wouldn't be a problem for me. I mean, I just told you. It's really, I didn't care. But the lines were long, you know. And the people that were waiting on you seemed overwhelmed. Like, it was people everywhere. So that's the only reason I brought it up about being understaffed. They were kind. They were still moving. And they were doing the best they could. But I think they needed some more help. And I didn't see anybody arguing about it, though, like the people waiting. Nobody, well, not where I was. Nobody was being mean or saying, hurry up, or oh my God. I didn't see that, but it don't mean it didn't happen because by reading some of the reviews, some people on this little thing that I'm on, people were definitely not happy with that part. So I say you go, take your family, look for the beauty of the ship, look for some good tasting food, but it's still ordinary buffet food with a twist. You're going to still have your fries and everything in the restaurants, especially restaurants that we had eaten at, which was, y'all, I don't know if it was the Carnival. I don't know what in the world that restaurant was in the morning that we ate at, but it was really good. And we ate at the Tribeca, I do know, for dinner. The Tribeca was excellent. It is not kid friendly. If you look at my other vlogs, my grandkids are very picky eaters, so they tried. And the only thing they really ate is a lot of fries out of there. And I don't even think they were on the menu, but they brought them a lot of fries. And then we would just go to the buffet to get them something else to eat. But they were trying to eat it. The one grandson did eat. I think they had a pasta dish that he tried to, he ate it and he did well. The little one, he just ate the fries and the dessert. So you have to be careful there. Either take your kids prior to you going to eat. We even thought about trying to bring a plate from the buffet for them in there. But since they would give them the fries, they were fine with that. And then we made sure they got something to eat before or after. And so overall, I do it again, excuse me. I'm not terribly disappointed with the ship altogether. The workers are going to be, they were nice. They were really, really nice. The staff. They serve all day long. Every day. They stay in a servant position all day long, every day. That breaks my heart, to be honest with you. Because people can be a beast when they feel that they've paid their money and they want something and they want an experience that they paid for, and it's supposed to come from someone every day to do that. I'm going to tell you, there was a few times I couldn't stop looking at the situation for what it was. You know, that these people are walking behind us, picking up stuff, bringing you anything that you can ask for. They have to, or they seem like they have to, but it doesn't seem like it's hard for most of them. They have a smile on their faces to make sure that you're okay. And it's massive amounts of people with all different attitudes, and they can't, I don't think that they can go home in between. So they don't get an option like you do when you get finished with work to go and sit with your family and see your babies, or I don't know, chill with the family. Their chill time is probably at the bottom of that boat, or wherever their quarters is. I heard it was at the bottom. I don't know. But I didn't like the thought of that. I probably went too deep with it, but I think of others. I put myself in most people's position to see how I would feel most of the time. And while I would do it to feed my family, it's like the people at Nassau. As soon as you get off the boat, my God, they own it. They are doing their job, but they're doing it because they have a family to feed. They are in your face, trying to get you to buy something, take an excursion, get you a taxi, ride a horse, sell you a bag, sell you a coin purse, a t-shirt, a shot glass, a sweatshirt, whatever they got, water. So I didn't know that that's how that would be. I didn't know that the hustle was so great and that we would be faced with it. I just didn't know. I'm not talking about that because, again, I did say, if it were me, I'd be right in your face trying to feed my family. So, most of you know I don't like to eat fish on camera because I'm always pulling bones, and I apologize for that. But I had to wait till I felt like talking about this to where I could not just say I enjoyed myself. Overall, I enjoyed myself. And like I said, you know, the people, to me, didn't bother me that much. They did bother some people, you know, because they're hustlers, hasslers. I don't think nobody was out there hustling and hassling, whatever you want to call it, because they had gobs of money somewhere. And maybe they do. And if they do, oh well. But I think people were trying to just take care of their families. This is how they work. I don't know what other jobs is there. Because we couldn't get far from the shore. Because the ship's going to leave. So that's my things is probably the porting. And then the one time we did, the short time that we had. other than that, I got along. Let me say this. Them elevators, they stay packed. So, be ready for that. But, again, that's not a huge deal either. So, I do MSC. I have one more experience, but I'm not sure how you would take this or how it would sound. So I want to be careful. All right, so I asked for them to put a topper on my bed, which they put because I have some shoulder pain. So they put comforters, extra comforters on the bottom of it. That's fine, but in the midst of that, I saw that the sheet that was on it looked dingy. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It wasn't this color, but it was kind of this color out here. Well, this color up here, right? I understand we hold on to things because it's how you make things efficient. But if somebody was coming to my house and I still was holding on to those sheets and because maybe I paid a lot of money for them or something, I don't know. I would get rid of that set. I did mention it. I said, when I saw it, I said, oh, that looks dirty. And he assured me that it wasn't. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, I still go back. I had a good time. And with everything being all-inclusive, and you don't have to go hunt down a taxi. You don't have to particularly look for food. Everything is in one spot. I'd do it again. But I am going to try another ship. But I'm kind of afraid of that because everybody that had been on all the other ships was so taken back with the beauty of it. I don't know if I can go backwards. The few things that took place, they just weren't deal breakers. What almost was the deal breaker, or what might be, you broke my suitcase and you didn't tell me. All you did was lean it up against the wall outside of my room. You need to tell people when stuff happens to their things. So we understand that you at least care that you did that. Don't just leave it, because then it just look like you don't care. And if I say that sheet looks like that right there, can you bring me another one? I'll put it up there. You ain't even got to change it. Just bring me the sheet. I'll change it. And Ocean K. Not getting to go there, and there was no real compensation for that other than to sit on the ship and eat. But some people hate their food, hate their room. They got mistreated in other ways. There's lots of other things that could have happened. So that's my experience. Thank you for frying my fish with me. If you want to, go look at the other videos. And you'll see me in the moments of enjoying my family, some laughs, some bloopers. Isn't that what this thing is all about? Because I don't go back and edit nothing. I don't know how to do it. And I'm not doing it anyway. My thought was, when it comes to this channel, I know you can probably hear me crunching, but that's why I fried the stuff hard. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and end this so you don't have to listen to it, though. But my thing of doing this YouTube is an experience for me to hear myself talk, to have a healing journey in a different way. And listening to myself talk, it causes, it sets up a way for me to actually, it brings those traumatic experiences under control in my eyes somehow. I don't know how. Maybe because I'm talking about them with somebody else versus ruminating on them or keeping them in my own head and experiencing them all by myself. And it ain't that I think somebody's coming here watching, because really, I don't even tell nobody about it. Because I don't feel that it's for everybody. I think it's for a person that may have been traumatized or hurt in some way to find this channel. And maybe I can help you get from moment to moment and just show you that you can get from moment to moment while I'm getting from moment to moment. So if you've never been traumatized, or if you've never been in a situation where you understand what I mean by making it from moment to moment or to the next day, you wouldn't have fun here. So I hope I wasn't all over the place, because you know I like to eat, and that's what I'm doing here, along with talking with you guys. I'll say make sure to do something today that you enjoy, that makes you happy, that makes you smile. One something. Tell yourself that you love yourself. If nobody else choose you, you choose you. And just know that God chose you. And he chose you before you were ever a seed and ever a thought in your parents' minds. He knew you would be here. Give him a chance today. Come any way you want. That's what I done. Imperfections and all, just like I am. All kinds of issues. All kinds of issues. It's the hospital. So, anyway, y'all, your story matters. God bless. Have a wonderful day. And we'll talk probably tomorrow. I forgot to mention this. When I was up there, I brought everything for seasickness and stuff, right? The bands and the what else? The bands, the patches, and the Dramamine. I didn't use any of it. I think my son and his fiance did. They put the little patches on the water bands. They didn't feel any sickness or nothing like that. And neither did I. But when I got back yesterday, no, what's today? Saturday? We got back late Thursday night, so I feel like I had the day was Friday. I felt weird then. I felt like, I guess it's sea legs. I don't know. I kept feeling like I was doing the whole thing like you do at certain parts in the ship. You are kind of feeling like this. And it felt like I was doing that here. And that almost made me feel nauseous and gave me like a slight headache. I didn't feel that there though. When I got here, I felt that way. Like, you know, today I don't feel it or anything. I don't feel any of the sea legs or whatever it is, but I also still feel the pool when I get out of it. If I get out of the pool, I'll feel like I'm still in the pool for a while. So, could just be my thing. I don't know. But be aware of that. My daughter felt that. My son and his fiance said that they didn't. So maybe that has something to do with the patches. My daughter didn't wear a patch either. Neither did I. But she said she felt that weird feeling when she got back too. So, just thought I'd tell you. Bye.